Hey guys, welcome back. It's Connor here. In this video, I want to talk about how to get the Vault of the Incarnates heroic and normal tier sets for your classes. This is the one that I'm wearing right now for Monk, and it's been one that I didn't know how to farm until recently, and it's actually a lot more simple than you would think. For Warriors, you'll get this one in the normal quality, and this is what it looks like in heroic quality, which you can also get. For Paladins, this is the normal quality one, and this is what it looks like in heroic quality. For Hunters, this is what it looks like in normal quality, and this is what it looks like in heroic. For Rogues, this is what it looks like in the normal quality, and this is what the heroic one looks like. For Priests, this is what it looks like in normal, and goddamn, that is so cool. And this is what the heroic one looks like. I think the normal one looks better. For Death Knights, this is what the normal one looks like, and here's the same thing in heroic, very blue. For Shamans, here is the normal one, and here is it in heroic. For Mages, here is it in normal, and here is it in heroic. For Warlocks, here it is in normal, and here it is in heroic. For Monks, here it is in normal, and here it is in heroic, as I'm wearing right now. For Druids, here it is in normal, and here's what it looks like in heroic. For Demon Hunters, here's what it looks like in normal, and here's what it looks like in heroic. And lastly, the Evokers, here's what it looks like in normal, and here's what it looks like in heroic. Man, you guys got shafted. This sucks. Now, for the longest time, I thought I actually had to run the Vault of the Incarnates raid in normal and heroic to get those pieces of gear. That is incorrect. And also, it is very, very, very hard to do it that way. And that's because when you go into the raid, no matter what difficulty you set it at, and when you go ahead and you kill these bosses, even though they're easy to do, you'll see that you only get at the most one item, but most of the time you'll probably get nothing. It's not like old raids where you'll get 12 drops from the boss and you can celebrate. It is very rare to get any drops on the bosses because it treats it as if you're doing personal loot. So you can maybe see 1 to 2 pieces of gear for doing the entire raid. Not to mention they can be gear that you can't even use, like a crossbow on my Monk. Now you can get this set a whole lot quicker. I was able to get this probably under an hour and I was missing almost all of the pieces for this. You're going to gain all of them in the normal quality, and then you're going to be upgrading them to heroic quality so that you get both, looks of the tier set at the same time. And this is done from the zone in the game over here at the Dragon Isles called the Forbidden Reach. Now you will have to progress the main campaign here until it progresses to that point. So make sure you're up to date with here. Check your quest log and check your Dragonflight chapters and just progress until you've made it to the Forbidden Reach, which is at the northern side of the map over here. You can check which quest lines you need to do. Most of the main campaign quests will begin at the very top of the tower over here in Valdrakken, so make sure you pick up the quests, progress until you unlock access to the Forbidden Reach area. And this whole area is where you're going to be getting the Transmog from. Now, some of you who played the game during this time might already have known a lot of the information I'm about to talk about, but since I stopped playing in Shadowlands and I came back to the game in Dragonflight Season 3, I entirely missed this whole Forbidden Reach thing. I didn't need to go there. But essentially, there's a system on this little island that is going to help you get this gear. Now, when you get here, you're going to need an add-on called Rare Scanner because it's going to highlight when rares are alive and available on the island. And these are very important because they're going to drop 2 items that you're going to need. You'll see I've just found a rare here. It's going to be within this cave entrance over here. Luckily, it does highlight the entrance of the cave at the same time, so I know which one to go in, and we'll just, make our way in this cave while I can still fly. That's fantastic. I love playing from South Africa. The ping advantage is real sometimes. And I'll just go down here like this and boom, like that. Here's the rare. I'll go ahead and I'll kill it. And when I loot the rare, I have a chance of getting 2 types of items. First off, you're looking for tokens like this that is going to make each of the pieces of gear, like this one is a cloth chest piece, which I can send over to my priest, my mage, or my warlock, and I can farm the transmog for them as well. But in our case, we're looking for the ones for our class. So you're going to hang on to these. These will give you the normal appearance of the transmog. Now you should know that killing rares is not the only way to get these tokens. These tokens will also drop by killing mobs in the area. And since we're level 80 right now, we could kill things a whole lot easier And a really good place to get a bunch of enemies and a bunch of loot for this is actually in this cave right in the dead center. If you go through here, this is the one that I found that rare in. The reason why this cave is good is there's a lot of elite enemies, and elite enemies have a higher chance of dropping better gear, and you can see here they die pretty quick. We can kill packs of these enemies and loot them, and you can get these tokens as well. They're a lot more common than you'd think. Like, it's only been a couple minutes, and you can see here I already have 7 tokens. Now, you will have to keep hunting rare enemies though, because you need a special item called the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge. Another way you can get the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge are from these chests that you can find around the region. It's very likely you'll find one of those items within the chests. But I found that they dropped a lot more frequently when I was hunting them from rares. So with the 2 items that you need, both the token that you can turn into the piece of gear, as well as the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge to upgrade it, you first have to go ahead and learn the item like this. So it's going to give you the boots, right? But this is not going to be the correct pair of boots. As you can see, this is a different pair of boots. So what you'll need to do first is catalyze it, which is free. And you can do this either in Thaldraszus, or you can go back to Dornogal. But in Thaldraszus, over here at Tierhold, I'll show you where to go. You'll see as we head this direction over here, there is this building that sticks out here. Now, you would have to have unlocked this during Dragonflight. So if you don't recall doing such a thing, I'll show you the one in Dornogal too. But pretty much when you go here, this has this console in here. This is located exactly over here on the map. And when you interact with this, what this does is when you take these boots and you put them in here, this turns them into the set piece, which is the normal version of the raid set. And you want to do this before you use the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge to upgrade it to the heroic level. You can also use the catalyst in Dornogal, which is located over here in the Isle of Dorn. So right over here at this location, use the catalyst and you can pretty much put in that pair of boots and it will turn them into the normal set. So we're going to do this. We're going to transform it, give it the 5 seconds to wait. This will change what the item looks like. And now it looks like this. This is the yellow pair, the normal pair of the boots. And that will be how you get the normal Transmog from the raid. In order to use the heroic one, you have to upgrade this item using the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge. So if I go to an item upgrade vendor, the one in Dornogal is located in a building over here at this location. You'll see when you go in here, you speak with the NPC on the left-hand side. You can drag that item, in this case, the boots, across here. This will use the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge. You cannot upgrade it without this item, so you need this item for every single piece that you want to make heroic. You hit upgrade and this will make it heroic, which will change its look. And if I go ahead and I view it now, you will see that it is the heroic version, and in my case, the blue one. And that is how you can get the heroic version of the items like that. And you just repeat that process for every single item until you have the entire set unlocked. It's a little bit more tricky getting the heroic sets unlocked, but the normal one is super easy. Now, while the tokens are transferable to different ults, you will have to come here with that main character to collect the Untapped Forbidden Knowledge if you want to get the heroic versions of the items, because these are soulbound. And that is how you can get these pretty cool looking sets for any of your classes in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful if you're into Mog and stuff, and thank you so much for watching.